always opening up the key change, the keyhole, and just looking outside. I'm like, no. So then you get into the whole industry of like adult film. Was it what you expected doing your first scene? You had me doing moonsaults off the top rope.
Oh my God.
I have implants.
I feel like I know him from somewhere. Why?
Why not?
I mean, I thought about it for a long while before I did it. I mean, I got a lot of uproar from the whole industry, but who are they to judge me?
Yeah, I mean, what are
I mean, they can all go to hell. They don't pay my bills.
No, you got a point.
And that's that. I don't care.
Hi, welcome to a brand new episode of Off the Rails with Jasmin St. Thank you so much. Welcome some new people in here. You know, I have to squint when I look because I am nearsighted. I do not have my contact lens in, but thank you so much for joining me. And I have some giveaways tonight. So before I bring in my guest, who is, thank you. I love this background. It was the best $200 I've ever spent. Seriously. Aside from like on my skin. But hi, John. How are you? Everyone. Thank you. Hey. Oh my God. It's Lizzie. Woo! It's like one of my favorite girls from XPW is in the chat. I love Lizzie Valentine. Jay loves like the bomb. Seriously. That is she's a force to be reckoned with. Hopefully she comes on here one day and does some vegan cooking. Woo! Hi, Jamal. Hey, Dovenut. Okay. Hi, Scott. How are you? So as you guys know, I do have some giveaways tonight that I'm doing. So those of you on my social media, please make sure to at least, I don't know, retweet, tweet, hashtag, do all that fun stuff. And, you know, follow me on the different socials. Escobar. Yeah. Hey, how are you, Kamikaze? Dude, he's got to stop using the name Escobar. Hey, Fitness Ninja. Mwah. Dude, when he uses the name Escobar, it sends alerts and triggers to Pablo Escobar Jr. So I don't know if all of you know who that is, but that's like a serious thing. So Prophecy of Regrets, which is JJ Allen's thing, we're gonna be talking about that because it's more than just, hey, Amit, it's more than just wrestling, guys. Like this is more than just like someone once said that deathmatch wrestlers or deathmatch wrestling, it's like white trash wrestlers hitting themselves over the heads with light tubes. And it's not. It's way more than that. And I know I mentioned the Grammys before. Let's get into that. Okay. The Grammys, guys. So, hey, Cuppy. Okay. The Grammys, guys. All right. So I was answering the phones for my friend's Lash Boutique, right? And all of a sudden I get this woman calling with this fucking attitude. Okay. You're going to love this. And I'm not short with people ever. I'm pretty nice with them. She's like, you're being short with me, Jasmine. Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel I'm being short. My dog just died. So it turns out it was the wife of Interscope record chairman Steve Berman's wife, Frances, getting an attitude. You don't understand. You're just being mean and short. Jesus, like your belly is as big as your attitude. And this is the type of woman that like yelled at some poor girl at the front desk at a beauty spa. So the nastiest Pig of the Year award so far goes to Frances Berman, Steve Berman's wife of Interscope Records, hoping, you know, maybe you got a Grammy, but hoping that Grammy money somehow like buys her some charisma and manners. I know that's pretty nasty. Hey, Pablo Escobar Jr. is in the chat. Perfect. You're going to get to meet that guy, JJ Escobar, who uses your name. So I think I'm pretty much, I think you guys will, somehow connect. But anyway, the giveaways, guys. I decided to do some giveaways tonight. Scott, I know I shipped out your package finally, but none of these things are in it. So this is from Japan. It's an 8x10, which I will sign to you. So anyone who wants this 8x10, you see it? Do you see it? It's going. I don't know where it's going, but it's gone. So the first person to drop into the chat, where's the first place I started wrestling? If anyone can answer that. Anyone can just answer where's the first place I wrestled. I will send this to you. And it's not Big Japan Wrestling. I'll sign it. I'll have my cat fucking sign it. I don't know. Anyone in the chat who's in there. Oh, shit. Yeah, he got that right. I have your address. That's for you. I have to actually be a responsible adult and write this down. Now, the next photo has been signed by the MAGA Butcher himself, by Necro Butcher. And I will sign it as well. You see. It's so cool. I love this photo. It's like really, it's very gory. So the first person that drops in the chat, if you could drop in the chat what my political party is, you get this photo. You got that one? Okay. So then don't worry, I got something for you. Anyone else, whatever my political party is, and you drop that in the chat first, you will get this photo. Yep, thank you. Dave Nutt. And Dave Nutt, I'd like you to please. Is it that obvious? Oh my God. Dave Nutt. Follow me on social media. Make yourself known and please DM me directly so I go ahead and get this to you. I'm being really generous tonight. Guys, a vintage ECW wrestling photo. And these are like on really good heartstock. If anyone in the chat could answer. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm such a liberal. Let me go ahead and like not shave my arms. I'm such a liberal. Oh, my God. I'm going to cry and get oh, like Francis Berman. Oh, my God. My dog died. I didn't eat the right food today. Okay. Thank you. That's because I spend money on it. Hey, well, here's a good question to anyone in the chat who's been keeping up with me. Who have I been going after in the state of Georgia for the past week? If anyone could answer that, who have I been going after? Please. It just really heats me up when I go after this woman for insulting the taxpayers of Fulton County, Georgia. Does anyone know who that woman is? And if you put it in the chat, I will get you this photo. Fitness Ninja, I know you know who it is because we discussed her. Anyone? Okay, you really need a hint. It's a Fulton County DA. If someone could drop in the chat what her name is, you will get this. And I know you'll be happy. It's a cute photo. Yeah, Fat Fannie Willis insulting the taxpayers of Fulton County, Georgia. Just a few more things before I show you. One of my favorite 8x10s with my Singapore cane. And I know that Lizzie Valentine loves it when I like hit people with this. Okay, so now the question is, who is the very first person I managed in pro wrestling? I don't know if anyone's going to be able to answer this. For the life of me, I cannot burp. Maybe like JJ could teach me that shit. Okay, you know what? Fitness Ninja, which photo is it that you like? Fitness Ninja, I'll just send it to you. I know who you are. Okay. Fitness Ninja has been like a #1 supporter. I'm not done with like giveaways. I'm feeling super generous. Okay. Now, for those of you who drink beer, I have coasters for the Crazy Train podcast, which drops every Wednesday. 2 coasters. A sticker from my BC Rich modeling days. A magnet, another sticker. So it's a little gift pack. Okay, so you know what? Sibling revelry. I will send these to you. Okay, if you can just hit me up and let me know your address, and these will go out no later than Thursday this week. Okay, now for the big ones. The last 2 things. Here is an authentic ECW trading card that I will sign right in the front. It has my stats on the back. Jasmin St. first appeared in ECW 99, showing up in ECW with her then boyfriend. He wasn't my boyfriend, by the way. That's like so fucking disturbing. The blue peony. She instantly made a big splash and was a fan favorite. I did not make a big splash because I am not 500 pounds, despite her sporadic appearances for the company. All right, so this is a signed card, okay? Or it will be signed. If anyone could drop in the chat. And you've got to be following me on Instagram to know this. Hi, JJ. I see you. He's like, what kind of madness have I stepped into? If anyone could drop in the chat what I put photos of every day on Instagram, every day in my story, please let me know and you will get this card. It shouldn't be that difficult. Seriously. Yeah, maybe it does, Eric. Cats. Okay, Dave Nut. Please DM me. I know. My friend told me to like contact my therapist. Speaking of which, my cat is like changing the colors on this, which is not cool. I don't do that when he's doing his podcast. Isn't this cool? I feel like I have a disco thing going on. Woo, woo. Okay, let me stop. I have to stop. I have to like behave and be on my best behavior ever. I'm trying to pretend I'm normal. Okay. Now, the last thing that I'm giving away tonight is a lip print card. Okay, so just so you know, I did kiss it and like, I didn't have like my cat kiss it or like some crazy wrestler that hits himself with light tubes and like jumps through trailers. Okay, so it's an authentic lip print card. Now, okay, finally, as if, hey, how are you? So giving away my lip print card. It's authentically mine. I just kissed it, seriously. Here's a good question. Anyone that knows the real Jasmin history, what was the first concert I ever went to? No one's going to get it. I know that. I know no one's going to get it. See, no one knew it. Okay, so anyway, I guess it's just there for next week. Unless I see the first concert I ever attended pop up in that chat box, that means no, it wasn't Iron Maiden. It was not Anthrax. I saw, there you go, Paul Corbin. He knew it. It was Black Sabbath. So my babysitter took me to see Black Sabbath. I think she was supposed to be babysitting me or something, but yeah, she just took me to a show instead. Lip print. Okay, cool. Yeah. So tonight we are going to have JJ Allen on the show. Hi. Yeah, it's cold and rainy here too, man. I'm feeling it. It's like they're saying there are floods all over the place. My mom's called like 10 times about floods. It's like there are no floods. In the meantime, I am wearing galoshes to the gym. So this is a little bit of the insanity of JJ Allen. And by the way, this man has some weird obsession with kangaroos. I'm starting to get concerned. I don't know if I should be calling the Wildlife Protective Services, but look at this shit. All right, I hope that wasn't someone's home, but I remember he did this really amazing stunt for XPW Wrestling right here, and he was out. He'll tell us about that injury soon. Maybe he watched Jackass too many times.
One-winged fucking angel! Holy shit!
I have.
Everybody die! Oh my God! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!
Okay, but driving a car into a trailer is something else. By the way, I just got to say, TNA, like Impact Wrestling, is so amazing now. One person I've never worked with is PCO. I've always wanted to work with him. Like, that is an amazing thing. Yeah, he's very stuntman level crazy, because that is what he does. So let us bring him in. I think he's ready, if he's not like looking at kangaroo porn or something. Hi.
Whoop whoop. How
Yeah.
are you? You hear me?
Good. Yeah, I can hear you fine, but I'm just curious. Why are you posting photos of a freaking kangaroo?
Oh man, I don't know. I guess it's my spirit animal or something. I don't know. Kangaroos are funny. It's like cat videos, you know. They just like fight each other, and it's hilarious. I don't know. Something about kangaroos that fight that like just make make me laugh. It's no different than your cats working out pictures.
Yeah, that's like kitty porn. That's different. So there's a friend of yours, Kamikaze Dylan. Was he in one of those videos by any chance?
Yeah, he's in a lot. He's in a lot of my videos. Yeah, me and him have had some bloody wars. That's for sure.
What made you even decide to get into this type of stuff? Did you grow up watching Jackass?
Yeah. I was a fan of Jackass. I didn't really pay too close mind to it when it was like initially on like TV, when it had its TV run, but years later I like picked up on it and stuff. But I was always a big fan of Bam Margera. And that was kind of what sparked me. And then in the 90s, everything was like extreme. Like you had BMX, skateboarding. That's what I tried to do at first, was BMX and skateboarding, but I wasn't very good at either one of those sports. So I started doing crazy stunts with my friends, and I was real influenced by CKY and Bam Margera and stuff like that. And yeah, everything kind of snowballed from there. Long story short.
Here's something interesting. So it's weird because the only time I went to a hymn show was some guy dragged me to it. It was just, God, like it was just borderline wrong. I don't get why girls even liked him, right? So I know Bam Margera is into him. Is that how you got into him as a kid? The band, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I saw them on their farewell tour. That's probably the same tour you saw them on. But yeah, I think low key that guys are more into him than girls. A lot of girls are as well, but I think a lot of guys have weird obsessions with that band too. But yeah, it was just like I don't know, you had to be there kind of thing. A lot of people in the newer generation probably have like no clue what him is all about and stuff. So I always tried to educate people. But yeah, I was a big fan of them growing up, and CKY and all those bands. Yeah, it was cool. It's like I don't know, nostalgic, I guess is the word.
I think you have a fan in here, another fan. It says you're number one. How long have you been doing this exactly?
Wow. For stunts, I've been doing it for, I think I made my first like film on VHS tapes. I was like, yeah, I was dubbing VHS tapes. So I probably, it's hard to really pinpoint when I started, but I say like when I was 14 or 15 is when I really started turning the wheels and realizing what I had. YouTube came out in, I think 2006 or 2005. And I remember being like one of the like first people to like really have YouTube accessible, and I was uploading all my videos on YouTube and stuff. And this was before like anything was viral, like really the first viral videos were like, CKY and stuff like that, and like Bam Margera stuff. So that was what we had when we were kids. And then, the new age like kicked in. But I started a crew of people that were all coming from all over the area to film with me once we started getting the wheels rolling. And then there's not a really an abundance of dumb people in my area. So I didn't really have a hard time finding like people to do stupid things and me videotape it or me doing something stupid. I was always the leader figure, but there was a lot of guys on my crew that were just as gnarly as I was, and we would do some crazy stuff. I got over probably right now. I don't want to age myself too much, but I got like over 15 years of stunt footage, and I'm on my 8th year of wrestling now.
Are you a millennial or a Gen Xer?
I'm pretty sure I'm a millennial. I was born.
How old are you?
I was born in 1990. I'm 33.
33 years old, but you do like 12-year-old kiddish things. Got it. Yeah, I mean, I got to ask you, because some of these things these guys do, you drive a car. Sorry, but like, where did you get that trailer? I mean, doing this type of thing. Hold on a second, guys. This is really fascinating. And bam, you ruined a perfectly fine trailer home.
Yeah, like I said earlier about the abundance of dumb people doing, dumb things around me. There's also a lot of people with like junkyards and a lot of like crazy resources that have been able to enable me and be able to give me things like that. I think I got that one in particular from a junkyard, and the guy who gave me the camper made me a deal. He wants to turn those campers into like flatbed trailers. So he was like, "Yo, if you can like just drive a car through this thing and destroy it, I can make myself a flatbed trailer out of it, and all you gotta do is the demolition." And I'm like, "Say less," And he's like, "I'll keep feeding you trailers and stuff like that if we make this deal." And I shook his hand real quick, and hey, all right, this is right up my alley. But yeah, any kind of things like that. Like I love doing car stunts, and I love like being on fire. That's what I was most known for, was like doing car stunts and fire. So I try to like do a lot.
He's frozen. You're frozen. Hello? Hola. Okay, JJ, I'm going to add you back. Hold on a second. He's frozen. You're frozen. Hold on. Now I can see you. Okay, what'd you say? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can kind of hear you. Do that again. Okay, there you go. I can't really hear you guys in the chat. Can you guys hear him? Okay, and then in the meantime, I will bitch you out. So everyone thinks that you've done a lot of stupid things, but I say the stupidest thing you ever did was ignore Lizzie Valentine's phone calls. But anyway, that's just me. Maybe it's because you have that obsession with kangaroos. I'm going to remove you and add you right back in. Hold on. I'm removing you and adding you right back in. Hang on a second. Okay. I don't know what the thing is, if it's the rain in Southern California or some crap. Hang on. Okay, there you are. Can you say something?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, great. There you are. Yeah. So we just said the stupidest thing you've ever done to date was ignore phone calls from Lizzie Valentine. Maybe because like you're too obsessed with kangaroos. All right. And Eric wants to know, how bad were your burns from the fire spot at the Southern California Sickness Cup?
Oh God. That was definitely my most painful injury. I don't know. I've had a lot of weird injuries, so I gauge things differently than probably a lot of humans do. But the burns there's literally a reason why hell is associated with fire, and that's for a good reason. It was all on my legs. I got really fucking lucky that it didn't get like anywhere, in my like fucking private area. But my legs were like 3rd-degree burns, 2nd-degree burns. I was in a burn unit in Indiana. It was actually the like 3rd best burn unit in the country. I got lucky there. In Indianapolis area, I was stuck in a hospital for 19 days. They gave me 2 sets of skin grafts. One were donors, which is like other people's skin, and then they took my skin from my sides and like put it on my legs. I honestly, it looks crazy. Like it looks crazy good compared to what it did, because it was looking pretty grim there for a minute. But yeah, my you can barely tell now. I have like people tattoo my legs and stuff.
Ouch.
I can't feel it. I can't feel when people tattoo me like I can't really feel like that area like too crazy well, because that's what burns will do to you. But yeah, that was my most painful injury. And I was in the hospital. I was in the ambulance. I got put in an ambulance, and we drove 70 miles to the hospital in an ambulance ride. I was on fentanyl, like zoned out. I woke up out of the ambulance, and I looked at my phone, and it had like 7 million hits on Twitter. And then ESPN was sharing the video, and it was literally like the only video I've ever not wanted people to see. Was that one? It was like my most viral. So
Well, that's one thing. Like Lizzie Valentine goes viral with her stuff, but she's not doing things to really hurt herself. Thank God. Just like there for being hot and doing like dangerous things. That's a different thing. Now, Hellstrom wants, so Hellstrom said he'd saved from Vince McMahon shitting on his head today. Dude,
the whole Vince McMahon thing, I've been on a roll with that whole Vince McMahon. You as a wrestling promoter, because you promote shows, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Well, have you ever been like in a situation where you've had some ring rat come after you after?
Not for pooping on their fucking heads or nothing like that. No.
For 3 years, dude. 3
It's
years.
It's mostly like when I go out, it's mostly guys that like see me and they're like, "Yo, dude, you're my hero." Like, I don't know. It's the same thing probably with MMA fighters and stuff like that. Wrestlers, I don't know. You get a lot of like bro, like a lot of bros will come up and dab you up and be like, "Dude, you're the man." I'm like, "Hell yeah, thanks." Like, it's never,
I'm sure they're thinking Vince is the man. Really.
No, that all those allegations are insane. Honestly, I'm not surprised though. It's not really surprising to me. He's a billionaire, so like, I mean, he's lived his whole life doing whatever he wanted. So it probably takes a lot to get that guy going. So apparently he's doing some crazy shit. No pun intended.
Dude, like, yeah, but she had to have known. It was 3 years she was going on with this stuff. She got a car. She got that cashmere hat probably to cover the shit on her head. Spa treatments. They're giving her like taking her by car, premium car service to like pay-per-views to fuck the wrestlers. Then some kind of a throw blanket, all this other insane stuff. $15,000 in a Bloomingdale's gift card. The Celine shades were what, $100 or $200? That's nothing. But seriously, I mean, Celine shades, I don't know, man. There's only one other chick in the chat that I see right now. I don't know what your thoughts are on Celine shades, but I don't get it. It's something else. Now, Paul Corbin wants to know your thoughts on working against El Shlaco in GCW July 4th, 2020. El Shlaco or Shlaco?
El Shlaco. It's
Oh, it's Shlack. Okay.
it's Shlack's like alter ego. Only like 5 people have ever wrestled him too under that alter ego. But yeah, me and him met at GCW Backyard 2. He hit me with a car during the match, blew me up with fireworks, hit me with the hardest chair shot I've ever felt in my life. People always ask me about the car hit, and I'm always like, dude, the chair shot he hit me with hurt more than the car, like getting hit by the car. But yeah, that match really is the match that put me on people's watch list, I think, and really got me noticed. Because before that, I was just, people had seen my videos and stuff, but when they saw me go up against Shlack, it was like, holy shit, this guy's fucking actually like out of this fucking world crazy, And I wanted that to be a thing too. I always wanted that match with Shlack. I didn't think I was going to get it that early. And I got it pretty early. It was 2020 when me and him wrestled. I always tell him too, I'm like, yo, how are we ever going to top that match? Like, what are you going to do? Like, drive a fucking car through the Hart Ballroom? Like, what are we going to do here?
You don't. You just don't, because you can't do that. I mean, it's just, talk about the Hart Ballroom. Dude, what the hell were you thinking? And I want everyone to just watch this clip, because this is what he did at the Hart Ballroom in New Jersey, which I can't believe. Someone should have paid for your medical bill. Yeah, that's enough. What happened to you? Did you break your back? I totally forgot what the injury was, because I feel as though you've been into like everything right now. You've had a slew of them.
Yeah, I've had a lot of injuries. I've had a rough 3 years with injuries. I broke my leg right after I got burned. Like a year later, I broke my leg, every bone in my leg. But that particular incident, yeah, I honestly hate that clip. I don't know. I thought it's really like, looking back, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Sorry if I can't cuss, but
no, you're allowed to curse. Trust me, I said way worse.
Yeah, I was thinking, what the fuck was I thinking? Especially when I was laying on the ground and like literally gravity pinned me to the ground. I couldn't move. I could wiggle my toes, so I knew I wasn't paralyzed. But anyways, that stunt is called Take a Seat in the homegrown stunt world. And it's a pretty popular stunt that a lot of like homegrown stunt guys will do. And Kyler Vick, one of my friends, he's like really known for doing that clip, that stunt. And I've done it several times, like probably half a dozen times. But I've learned over the years that no matter how many times you light yourself on fire, it's still you're fucking playing with fire. No matter how many times you jump off a balcony, you know, it doesn't matter. It's like one bad time could be the fucking, you know, the worst case scenario, which is in what ended up happening in Newark. Yeah, I broke my L1 vertebrae, which is the lower lumbar spine. I had what's called a burst fracture, which means it broke in 3 different places. It was like cracked in 3 different places. It almost like blew apart completely. And I was 1/8 of an inch away from being paralyzed. The doctor said, I walked into the hospital on my own 2 feet. And the doctor told me that was the craziest stunt that I ever did in my life, was walk into the hospital. But at the time I thought that I had broke my tailbone. My butt hurt because I landed on my butt so hard. I didn't even know that my lower back was sore. But yeah, Shannon and Tarzan, they picked me up off the floor, carried me out of that bitch. And Tarzan drove me to the hospital. And I shared a room with Lou Dark. She was in
What?
there too. Yeah, she had a cut on her arm, and she was like,
yeah.
she was right beside me. But yeah, my medical bills, I actually got the medical bill right here. My medical bills equaled out to $420,000.
Whoa.
I had a spinal fusion, which it consists of 3 of my vertebrae being fused together. But my insurance, I have insurance, thank God. My insurance ended up bringing it down to like 19 grand or whatever the fuck it is. But it was just still gnarly. But $420,000.
Yeah. Well, look, you know, you could probably file, they're called, what kind of papers are there? There are some kind of forgiveness papers at the hospital. You could probably file them there and like pay for it that way. I don't know what the name of it is. I totally forgot. I did this like long ago in the early 2000s. I had to get like 18 stitches to my my head. My boyfriend headbutted me then.
Huh.
And it was in Philly. Yeah, it was a blue meanie. Yeah, fucking loser. So
I got another about that.
huh?
I got another funny story about that night, actually.
Oh no, I'm scared. Did you get laid or something?
No, for insurance purposes, I told the doctors that I fell off a balcony, and somebody was supposed to catch me. They were supposed to catch me. I didn't show them the clip or do anything. And then Tarzan came into the hospital with Lindsay Snow, and she was drunk as hell. And then she started showing the doctors the video. And they were like, I thought you fell off a balcony. Nobody said you jumped off. Like, because I made it sound like it was an accident. Like I just slipped and fell off a balcony. And, you know, somebody was maybe supposed to catch me. But then they started showing the doctors the video. And then they all started taking pictures and autographs of Lindsay. It was fucking hilarious. But I was just sitting there
Are
like,
you serious?
they blew my cover.
Fucking Lindsay when she's drunk, man. Like, I don't know. That's a bit much. And the name JJ Allen, I can assume you got from Gigi Allen?
It's like a play on my real name too. But
What,
I got
Escobar?
no, not Escobar.
Yeah.
My real name, JJ Allen. It's like a play on my real name, but I put the I in Allen for like tribute to Gigi though. Yeah. My middle name actually spells Allen, like Allen, but I put the I in there for Gigi. It's like an ode. Same as what I did for Escobar. It's like a
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Why do you use Escobar? I've got to ask you that. And I think Pablo wants to know as well, Pablo Jr.
That's funny. Because I mean, I was trying when I first started wrestling, I was like, who's the most notorious, you know, gangster of all time? And I was gonna go for like the gangster theme gimmick. And I was like, fuck, you gotta go with Escobar. It's like the coolest last name ever for like what I'm trying to go for. So it's like a super thumbs up, like ode tribute to you know, Pablo. And a lot of rappers also talk about Escobar and incorporate him like in lyrics and stuff. The Nas song "Hate Me Now," that was going to be my original theme song, which at the beginning he says Escobar season has returned. So that was like what I was going for when I was coming up with my character for wrestling.
Yeah, he's not going to come after you. I don't think so. I mean, because you're cool, and plus you're not like a complete psycho or anything like that. Um, yeah. So it's just, I don't know. But do your parents know what you do? I mean, do they have any thoughts on this?
I've been set up with that question so many times, but yeah, my mom was not real supportive of it when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Nobody would be, nobody. Like, what'd you do today after school? I climbed to the top of the middle school and jumped off the roof. Like, no mom wants to hear that. My mom was kind of like, she got to the point where she didn't want to hear it anymore. She didn't want to hear like what I was doing or like see it, but she would see it later. Like, like holy shit, you got hit by a car. I'm like, Mom, that was 3 years ago. It's all good. I'm fine. So that's kind of like the relationship me and my mom have with with all the stunts and stuff. She don't really like to see it till after the fact. But when I was like in my early 20s, late teens, I started making really good money off the stunts because videos were going viral, and I was getting on TV shows, and like my crew has the most features ever on Ridiculousness and Tosh.0, and they paid pretty well every time our videos got played. So I would be getting checks in the mail like at my mom's address, and my mom would be like, holy shit, here's a check for $5,000, like, holy shit, hey, can you help out with the light bill? And I'm like, of course. Like, so once I started like being able to like like provide more when I was like 17, 18, she was like, holy shit, maybe you're not as crazy as, maybe you're actually on to something here. Maybe I should just let you do your thing. Cause obviously you're growing an audience and people want to see stuff like this. And you obviously know what you're doing sometimes. So she kind of, ignored it, but yeah, I'd take her out to dinner and stuff and be like, hey, this dinner is paid for by, me getting hit by a car last week. So.
Well, wait, where's dinner? The Cracker Barrel or like Perkins or Shoney's? I'm just curious.
Cheesecake Factory, of course.
Where?
The Cheesecake Factory, of course.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
I do like the Cheesecake Factory. If I go out, I'll go to like a steakhouse or something though.
Okay,
something.
fine. That's fine. Good.
Whatever is good, like local and stuff. Yeah. I'll eat pretty much like anywhere though. I like sushi a lot too.
Sushi's good in Japan.
Yeah, probably. I've never been to Japan, but my mom likes sushi. So if I ever took her out like for dinner or something, I'll fold on my paydays. Back in the day, it'd be like sushi or something like that, or the Cheesecake Factory. Can't go wrong there.
I think you got to talk to Pondo and go to Japan. So this guy Nick Zelenik wants to be a wrestler. Maybe you could break him into deathmatch wrestling. What do you think is the difference between deathmatch wrestling and backyard wrestling?
That's a good question. There's really not much difference. In the backyard, I feel like I have more freedom to do like what the fuck ever I want. I can literally drive a car through a camper, So I have less limitations, and I come from like the stunt world where limitations are the enemy. So like I can light myself on fire in the backyard, and then just if I get too carried away, I can just run into the creek, like nearby. Like if there was a creek nearby in Indiana, I could have just ran into the fucking creek or something, or had somebody there. I always tell people like if I wrestled them at a venue, like an indoor venue, I'm like, yo, this match was cool, but it would be really cool if we did it in the fucking backyard because I could literally throw you off the fucking roof or something crazy. Like when me and Shane Mercer wrestled, I was like, yo, that was a fun match, but if we do that in the backyard, like you're going to fucking throw me off the roof of the house, dude, and it's going to be the craziest fucking thing ever. Yeah, the backyard just has a little bit more freedom, in my opinion. It's like really looked down upon. People hate the whole backyard thing, but I think it's gotten a different like spin here lately. People are a little bit more appreciative of it because there's like crazy people out there like my crew, like throwing down, doing crazy shit that you can't really do anywhere else. And a lot of the pros, like that come in to work with, POR, they're always like, yo, this is like where I come to blow off some steam, Like there's no fucking rules here. Like Shane Mercer comes there, has fucking hell of a time. we've had a lot of like deathmatch, like royalty come through our area too, and like really throw down. Pondo was there last year. Me and him had a sick match. He put scars all over my fucking arm.
I'm sure he did. Mhm.
But Necro was there last year. Necro won our tournament. Hillbilly is undefeated at our spot, so
Of course.
that would never happen at XPW. But yeah,
Yeah, of course not. We know that. Wait a second. Necro is not allowed to come back to any more of those, okay? Like, I'm telling you that now. I'm in control of this shit now. So, what wrestler did you look up to as a kid?
my favorite like my top 3 favorite wrestlers, I were probably Rob Van Dam, Chris Jericho, and I liked Kurt Angle a lot too when I was a kid. I really liked Kurt Angle. But yeah.
Well, we have a request from a biological female. She wants you to take off your shirt and flex.
No, I ain't doing that.
Well, could you flex for us?
It's not the right lighting, yo.
Okay, now she wants you to take off your shirt and flex.
No, I ain't doing that.
Why not? Dude, just do it. What's going to happen? Oh, the lighting isn't right. Oh my God.
The wrong lighting. We're going to go with that excuse.
Well, whatever. Okay, that's just fine. So what made you go into wrestling instead of becoming like a real Hollywood stuntman?
That's a great question. Really good question. That's a really good question because there's a lot of bullshit in the like stunt industry.
Yeah.
There's a lot, like, I don't know. There's a lot of politics, and it's about who you know. And really starting off in the stunt industry, you got to like really know somebody, and it takes a long fucking time to get in. There's a stunt union. You got to go through stunt school and all that. And even then, you pay like $5,000 to do stunt school, and you're not even guaranteed to like do anything. And like I was like, I went through the whole stunt thing, and I'm kind of a do-it-yourselfer in a lot of ways. A lot of those like early stunt crews were like do-it-yourself. You learn how to build ramps, you learn how to set things up, you learn how to do like basically construction, rig things up to where you want them. But yeah, do-it-yourself has always been like, I don't really have time to like, I don't know. I didn't really have time to like really wait around for something that might not happen. So I went out on YouTube and figured things out for my own, which is what a lot of people do nowadays. Back in the day, it was a lot more frowned upon to take matters into your own hands, but now it's like, holy shit, like people make a lot of good money off YouTube, and there's a lot of people that do like the whole like storage wars thing, like the whole TV show thing. They go out and block stuff. There's people making a living off that. There's people making a living off open up packs of fucking Pokemon cards on YouTube. There's like millionaires that are doing that. Like, just like, it's the craziest thing ever. YouTube and technology really like changed a lot of people's perspectives on that. And the stunt industry is just really fucking hard to break into. And I didn't really have the patience to try. But I know a lot of friends that have tried to get into the industry, and they were really fucking talented, maybe even more talented than I am. And they couldn't do it. So I was always like, man, I think I did the right thing overall. I think I went down the right path, and I made my own name, so like off of YouTube. My YouTube before it got taken down in 2020, we had over 200 million views on my channel. Like people still ask, what happened to the stunts? A lot of things just get fucking blacklisted or shadow banned for the wrong reasons. And yeah. I guess like hitting people with cars, YouTube deems as you're encouraging minors, or you're encouraging like young kids to want to go out in the backyard and try to see if they can run over a moving car. So yeah, I don't know, long-winded answer, and I went crazy with that, but yeah.
No, you're allowed to.
I could rant forever on subjects like that.
Yeah, I have a friend who was in the stuntman award show. This guy Pete Attico, he does a lot of them for Hollywood. And Chuck Zito, of course, I've known for years. So when he became a stuntman, he got into that whole thing because he was he knew a lot of celebrities. Like, he used to bodyguard and do double work. So eventually he was doing stunts. Like, he drives stunt race cars and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a whole interesting world out there, and you could make some good money from it. Someone just said POR rules, so that's prophecy of regret. And hold on, really quick, yeah, Nick, I will message you after this. Tell us about prophecy of regret, like what that whole thing is, because not everyone knows what it is.
Prophets of regret.
Yeah, prophecy of regrets.
Prophets of regret. So, this is how young I was when I started. I probably came up with that name when I was like 11 or 12 years old. I was a little,
Whoa.
I was a little kid, and I just thought at the time it sounded really fucking cool. I was like, Prophets of Regret. That sounds awesome. Like, we're gonna call ourselves POR. Then like I was 16, 17, and I really kind of looked back on like the name, and I was like, what the fuck does Prophets of Regret really even mean? And it just goes to show that the name. I was so young when we came up with the group name and everything. That like when I got a little older and could figure things out more, I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? But it's such a catchy name, and it stuck with us for so long that we had to keep the name going. For like a year, I tried to change the name to something else, and it didn't work. Nobody really accepted it. It'd be like changing, XPW to something else, like it was just it just wouldn't work. And people know us for like, the name. And I feel like that was the hardest part about POR as a whole, was really getting the name popular, because that was like always my baseline, was to get that name popular. So we already had sort of a following when I was trying to change the name, and I was like, fuck, we can't change this name. So we stuck with it. Prophets of Regret. POR Stunts. That's what we call it. POR Wrestling. And then we have all these little branches of entertainment.
So guys, real quick, if you're liking what you're seeing, make sure to subscribe you have a YouTube still? Yes? Yeah, subscribe to his YouTube, and also subscribe to this YouTube as well, because we drop content in the middle of the week for the podcast that comes out on Wednesday. Full length interviews come out on Saturdays. Make sure you subscribe, and, send super likes, send stickers, because, I guess this is more therapeutic for me. Yeah. And, aside from sponsors and stuff like that, that's how we also make extra money off of YouTube. So if you like the work, please send a super sticker or super like, and send stickers, and subscribe to the YouTube pages, because that's super important. What's your YouTube handle?
POR Wrestling is my current
POR.
one. That's the full wrestling channel.
That sounds like fun.
I also run a website, porstunts.com.
Okay. And Paul Corbin wants to know, who would you like to wrestle in XPW that you have not wrestled yet?
Hold up. Give me 1 second.
Is he going to jump off I'm scared like what he's going to do, if he's going to jump off something or like pull out a knife and do something really crazy. Oh, here we go. What's that?
I got a list of like names that I want to wrestle.
Oh, let's hear this. This is interesting. Here we go. Here's a list of everyone he wishes he could wrestle.
I've done most of them already.
Okay.
I got like a good 3/4 of the way out. Homeless Jimmy. I didn't even know that was a thing that could happen until he came back, because the spot where I went off the roof with the guy with the assault driver and we flipped, that's a Homeless Jimmy spot right there. I got that from Homeless Jimmy and Sick Nick Mondo. I didn't even know Homeless Jimmy was a fucking still wrestling until he came back to XPW. So I added that name to the list real recently. He's one guy I would love to lock up with. Necro Butcher, of course, it's going to happen at some point. I'm not really looking forward to that match, because he's going to fucking kick my ass. But it's one of those.
I'll beat your ass. I'll beat you with a Singapore cane. It'll be fun.
I'm gonna have you out there fucking hitting me, and I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but it's gonna be a hard night at the office, that's for sure. But you gotta have Necro on your your list of people you wrestled. Big Joe would be cool, and a Dirty Ron McDonald, who's coming up in Newark. I asked Rob for that match, and he said like 2 or 3 days later it was posted, me versus Dirty Ron. So that was fucking cool. I want to wrestle Dirty Ron. That was the one I had on my hit list next. So Dirty Ron versus me at Alive and Kicking on XPW.
That's going to be a big one, February 24th, guys. And then, I still have, like I said, I still have my dream
of like managing either PCO or managing someone that is working against him. I love PCO's work. I've like watched him for years. So John Jay wants to know, how do you make money off of your YouTube? Just ad revenue?
Yeah, back in the day, they were a lot more generous with the ad revenue. I actually was signed to the number one YouTube network, Full Screen at the time. It was called Full Screen Media. They gave me a 90% share, so they had a 90-10 share in my favor. So a lot of my videos, they hit like 20 million views, 30 million views. Those ad revenues like kick in. I'd be getting checks in the mail, once a month, and I'd be like, holy shit. I was working like a day job during some of them too, and I'd get like a $7,000 check from YouTube for just 1 month, and I was like, holy fuck shit, this is awesome. But yeah, a lot of the TV clip shows as well is how I made money. I would license my videos to clip shows non-exclusively, like Ridiculousness. Every time you see a video of mine on there, it's like a flat payment. Tosh.0, same thing. Back in the day, True TV and all the crazy clip TV shows were all over the place, America's Funniest Videos and all that. So there was a lot more opportunity back in the day. Ridiculousness is like really the only game in town. We are going to be featured on Beavis and Butthead later this year, though.
Really?
For a wrestling clip, too. So I licensed a clip to Beavis and Butthead, which was something never knew was even a fucking thing possible either. So that's cool.
You got coin, baby. All right. And the only biological female in the chat, aside from me, Lizzie, wants to know, how much protein do you eat to get those huge muscles like that?
I don't really like crazy track I don't really track the macros or whatever. But they say you're supposed to eat a gram of protein for your body weight. I'll probably do more than that a day. I honestly just like eat when I'm hungry, and I don't know. I'm not really really not much of a diet guy. I've done like the keto diet and stuff like that in the past. For when I did jiu-jitsu, I had to cut weight for jiu-jitsu. But other than that, I've never really been on a strict diet. I've just I'll bulk up and I'll lean down, and then in the summer I try to like drop like 20 pounds. I think everybody tries to do that though. But yeah, other than that, I mean honestly, I eat a lot of. I don't really drink protein shakes or nothing like that. I don't really go too crazy with it. I just eat when I'm hungry, and I'm not one of those guys like fucking Jay Cutler, just was like stuffing his face every fucking 30 minutes.
Who the fuck how do you eat like every 30 minutes? Like, I don't eat that much to start with, but like, I don't know. Like, I feel like having popcorn right now, but I'm not going to do it. I was just looking at Billy Corgan's Instagram. Hold on. I was trying to get Hillbilly because everyone knows Hillbilly from last weekend. Because he's a grown man who likes to be in a hotel room with other men, and he's giggling like a little kid while two men are like bumping bare bodies next to each other. It's actually kind of disturbing. But yeah, how is he the undefeated champ? And I'm glad you gave him a chance, because I know he really loves this whole thing, but I get scared of like some of the stuff he does, like him and T-Rex at Halloween in Hell. Dude, two big guys like that should not be doing moves like the shit they do. Like, you at least monitor what these people are doing, or do you just let them do whatever? Because I am praying that you monitor this.
I don't monitor it as much with some of them as I should. Sometimes a guy take a crazy bump off a scaffold and then be like knocked out in the middle of our ring. And I'm like, who the fuck thought that was a good idea? Why did you choke slam him? Like, you could have easily Death Valley drivered him and tucked his chin in on the way down. That's kind of my mindset on things. But yeah, Hillbilly's undefeated in our crew. And he's had some good matches with Satu Jan and Chuck Stein and Nathan Murray. He had a cool run with our crew last year. And a lot of really fun matches. That's another guy I want to wrestle eventually, Hardcore Hillbilly. That'd be fun. I would love to blow him up with some firecrackers.
No, let's not do that. Okay. No, we're not doing that. He wanted to do a coffin, like have an exploding coffin. I'm like, you know how much it costs to make? We're not doing. No, I'm begging you. All right. Do not do stupid things with Hillbilly. I'm just asking you nicely. And that's it. And I will cancel Necro off your shows. Like, I'm not joking, because
I'm probably one of the few people that just wants him to do his other matches, like goof it up a little bit, you know? He wants to know if you've ever had to have, Eric, this is a very good question. Have you ever had to change the finish of a match due to an injury you or an opponent ended up with?
Fuck. That's a, that's a tough question because of kayfabe. Yeah, there is instances where, I mean, you could probably figure it out when it happened to me. When I wrestled Eric Ryan, the finish to our match was not supposed to be him lighting me on fire. I got lit on fire, and he literally burned all the clothes off my body. I had my hands over my dick, and he came over and pinned me. I was naked, laying naked in the middle of the floor in front of like 200 people. He came, I told the ref to tell him to come over and pin me because I couldn't wrestle anymore. He came over and pinned me, and I'm just laying there like naked with my clothes burnt off. That was not the finish to that match. And I don't want to give it away too much, but when I broke my back in the Hart Ballroom, that was not supposed to, obviously happen.
Yeah.
That wasn't really supposed to happen either. So we had to go off script there a little bit too. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that.
That was like shocking. When I ran a promotion, I ran 3PW Wrestling. We had one thing. It was an incident because of CM Punk, because he knocked another kid's nose really bad. I think he did it on purpose. This kid was really good looking and was super talented. But yeah, it was horrible. Thank you, that Jewish Mexican. And by the way, Jewish Mexican, make sure you look at the other videos on this channel. Jewel Denial was on a couple weeks ago. Dominique Simone is coming on next week. I know a lot of the guys in here know who that is. And yeah, so when Dominique Simone will be live streaming with us next week. So you guys should definitely check that out. I know, how disgusting, what heinous taste in women. John J wants to know, have you ever been potatoed and it turned into a real fight or a shoot? Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. It happens all the time, by the way.
Yeah, it does. I've seen it happen, but it's never personally happened to me. A lot of people, when me and Masada wrestled, they thought that we were like really fighting each other though.
Yeah.
The kayfabe, but yeah, I mean, Masada's a fucking professional. So, yeah, we were not fighting each other, but it looked like we were, which is what you're trying to do. So we did a good job.
Yeah, I've had like some close calls with Necro Butcher, with things. And, usually my rule of thumb is if you're not selling to him or to me, I'll just beat the living shit out of you with the Singapore cane. That's how it's supposed to work, guys. And, it's a great sport. This is what it is. And do people get hurt? Yeah, it does. I mean, you've seen the stunts this kid, whatever, does. But it's a very big thing. He wants me to ask you about the flare gun. I'm really scared to ask you, but I've got to ask. What's the story with the flare gun?
It's honestly like, looking back, it's actually one of my closest calls. It's like one of the like things that probably could have really, really, really hurt me. And I'm glad I, lived through it and I was okay. I walked away unscathed. But I had the idea for my friend Kamikaze to come off our entrance ramp with Roman candles. And they shot like 150 Roman candles. And I grabbed a glass panel that was close by and I shielded off the Roman candles. And a guy being named Kamikaze, he's obviously got some firepower and some weapons. So he pulled out a flare gun out of his pocket, which was a legit flare gun that shoots a 12 gauge round. And he fired the flare gun through the glass panel. And I got a picture of it. Our photographer took a crazy cool picture. But you can see the flares like literally grazing like my lower side of my body. And I went to the dark web not long after that, and I didn't know, but you can actually like be killed by flare guns, and it's actually a worse death than like a real gun, because a lot of times a real bullet will go in and out of you, and it's a clean enter and exit wound. But a flare, if it like hits you and penetrates you, it's not going to stop burning. So if it would have hit me flat in the stomach, it would have went right through and just not stopped burning. So there goes my organs and all that. I probably would have died. And Kamikaze was supposed to aim between my legs. It went off a little to the side. Flare guns are also notoriously bad for accuracy. They're horrible like to aim. You don't really ever hit what you're trying to hit. They just fire. So yeah, it was a 12 gauge round flare gun. and I lived to tell the tale on that one. And I'll never do another spot with a flare gun because I went to the dark web and I saw a guy shoot himself in the head and he killed himself. So you can actually like penetrate a skull with a flare gun. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Do you have life insurance?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Were you honest when you answered the questions, like what you do for a living?
No. I don't think so.
They're gonna find out.
Don't expose me.
No, I'm not going to say anything. I mean, maybe someone else might. I mean, I personally find it super disturbing. I really do. Like, not in a bad way. I'm not judging you. I don't know, man. Like, I can't. Hold on. Oh, look who it is. Here, it's Hillbilly. Hey, Hillbilly.
I'm on guard today, but I'm here.
Yeah, I know you are. I got a question for you because I'm talking to JJ Allen. Everyone, Hillbilly is on the is
Oh hell yeah!
yeah. JJ's here. I got to ask you something, Hillbilly. Is it true that you were asking him to blow you up?
Yes. We have this grand idea. We're gonna make it.
Dude, no, okay? You're not getting blown up by JJ Allen. I think that's like highly dangerous, okay? So just find a different spot, but it's not happening.
Hold on 1 second. I didn't hear you.
What could you be doing at this hour anyway, at 9:30 at night anyway?
Well, I had an eventful day. I went to work, and then I went fishing, and then I went to the mall, and now I'm at the gym.
Oh, well then I'm going to let you go back to the gym and be careful and get your arm examined, get your head examined. You're not you guys are not doing a blow up spot because I'm going to, you're not doing it. Okay. That's it. Case closed. All right. Have fun at the gym. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Yeah. You're not blowing anything up with him because he just, yeah. No, you're not. I'm telling you this now. So, yeah, live telephone calls, of course. Are we going to prank my mom next? We're not going to prank my mom. That's just not a good idea. She already is pissed off at me for the day. Yeah, Kamikaze said thank you for letting you do this. Paul wants to know if you have any memories of being on Tosh Show.
Tosh.0 or a talk show?
Tosh.0.
Tosh.0. Yeah. My crew holds the record for being on Tosh.0. It's like 13 appearances or something. But when we did a web redemption, which is like the biggest segment on that show, and he covered us really, really well. Tosh, he's cool. I've had like phone call, like video chats and stuff with him. He's actually like a fan of what we do. And honestly, it's like clips. It's like our kind of content that kept his show running for so long. So it was kind of like, whenever they needed like a crazy clip, they would always go to POR Stunts on YouTube and be like, oh, there's JJ jumping off a roof again. We're going to put that on the show. And then, they send me a check and it's nice. But yeah, we had a cool working relationship for a while. And Tosh is a cool dude. When we did the web redemption segment too, really fucking chill. We got put in an Evil Knievel outfit and my friend got launched across the lake and in like a easy cargo fucking thing. I don't even know what to call it. But yeah, Daniel Tosh, cool dude. Yeah, could never say a bad word. He whenever we would be on his show, I always knew because my Facebook, I would have like 100 notifications on my Facebook. He'd be like, "You're on Tosh, you're on Tosh, you're on Tosh." So like it was good exposure too.
Interesting. Yeah, this is like a whole other world. I used to watch Jackass. I met Bar Margera Bam a few times. I just never understood what the big deal was. Like, I like Beavis and Butthead, but I don't know what the mentality is of people who just want to see people. Like, what's your take on that? People who actually really enjoy watching these things. Is it because they're afraid to do it themselves? Is it because they're sick in the head as the rest of us are? Because we are sick in the head. I can admit that.
Yeah. My goal whenever I do a stunt is I never want to get hurt. I always want to like ride that line, like the very thin line. I want to come as close as I can to that line without, jumping over it and something bad happening. Like the flare gun incident, like it went picture perfect. It couldn't have went any better. It was cool. We got the fucking clip, the video of me going off the camper, when the car blew through it, perfect. The fucking take a seat spot in Newark where I broke my back, that is not what I want. So like I'm never really wanting to see anybody get hurt. That's a real like misconception of what we're doing. People think that we're like out here like intentionally trying to hurt ourselves, but no, it's really like about adrenaline, and we're trying to get as close as we can to danger, and we're just like thrill seekers, kind of like the like fucking motocross, same as that.
Yeah.
Riding a big wave on a surfboard, it's like adrenaline junkies, and You know, it's like a drug. Like adrenaline really is like a crazy powerful thing. And stunts that you can do like in your backyard are really fucking easy to do, and it's a cheap thrill that you can do almost any time. And you know, just you could fucking live off that high. You know, whenever I do a stunt, like the feeling I have after is like priceless. It's one of the best feelings in the world. But yeah, people that like, I don't know, some people want to see us get like fucked up. They tune into our videos, see us get fucked up. And then some people want to see really cool stunts. A lot of people that say like when we do get hurt and we post like the clips of us getting hurt, they're like, oh, this isn't a stunt. These guys are morons, you know, jackass wannabes. But it's like, that's not what we're going for. And when people see like the big picture and understand like what it actually is we're trying to accomplish, we're not trying to get hurt. We're trying to do something fucking crazy that should hurt us that we end up walking away from.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like I like Jackass at first because it was underground, right? And then you start seeing like what's his name, Steve-O, all over the place in Hollywood. It's like, dude, you guys are like not fun anymore. Then the night before he was busted or taken in for whatever, I was out at the Rainbow Bar and Grill with my friend, and you know, I didn't know he was like recovering or something, and I think we got him high on coke. I forgot, but I don't know like what happened, but I just thought that they were too mainstream after. You know, like that's what I like about this. You keep it underground, but it's a very certain type of person that has to like understand this insanity.
Yeah. One of the big quotes we have in our crew is we're all here because we're not all there.
That is the truth. So I'd like you to give everyone your socials, please.
I had a good Instagram account before Instagram fucking took me down, but now my Instagram handle is JJX Allen, which is spelled ALLIN. My YouTube is POR Wrestling, and my website, which is where you can find all my old content, stunt videos, and everything I've ever done, my life's work, is on porstunts.com.
Do you get a lot of girls that come to your shows? I mean, like hot girls.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they come, yeah.
With all their teeth, dude.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Like, what kind of ring rats are at these shows? I'm just curious. Like, not the girls, but the ring rats. Like, what kind of ring rats show up to a POR show? I'm just asking. I'm not saying you're doing anything with them. I'm just asking a question, a normal question.
Few and far between. A lot of them are like, you know, with somebody, you know, half the time. That's usually how it goes. But yeah, there a lot of wrestlers that have come in and worked with us. They always say like, damn, there's actually some like girls. There's actually cute girls here. I was like, well, yeah, it can't always be a sausage fest, you know, even though
yeah,
burgers with the boys is always fun, but yeah.
I don't know about that, but yeah, I would want to go to one of your. I'd want to see one of them one day. When I found out Hillbilly was doing it, I cringe. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, yeah, just you guys got to take care of yourselves because not everyone has life insurance. Not everyone's responsible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Necro Butcher had one of the sickest matches I've ever seen happen at our compound last year.
Mm-hmm. And it's the last one, by the way, just to let you know. That is the last match Necro Butcher is doing for there. If he goes to a POR show, it is only just to sign stuff. It's not to do any more matches. Go on, sir.
But he wrestled my good friend JC Extreme, and they had like a barbed wire trampoline, and Necro took the bump on the trampoline. It was cool, and a lot of people were coming up to Necro getting pictures and stuff. It was a cool moment for like our crew having Necro there, you know, because he's a fucking legend.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy going to Japan with him. It's like insane. They're like 5-year-old kids in the audience. I think you should like at Big Japan Wrestling. They like characters, which is definitely something you have going on. Like I was surprised Drake Wirtz was there. Speaking of like white trash, I was like, wow, like how did that happen? You know, seriously. Now, really quick about the back. Was it a broken back you had, or just a vertebrae that was like?
Oh, it's technically I guess it's technically a broken back, but yeah, I had a vertebrae, my L1 vertebrae. There's five L1 lumbars. There's like I forget how many are total in your spine, but yeah, I broke the very top of the lower lumbar spine. I almost broke it into 3 pieces, and they had to fuse me up. They had to fuse me two vertebrae above and 2 vertebrae below, and they put rods. There's like 8 screws in my vertebrae going down. And then there's rods in between the screws, like to where that vertebrae, the L1, will not move. It's not supposed to move. is supposed to, like, be taking it easy and heal. And that's the reason why I was able to come back and wrestle so quickly, is because technically the day I walked out of that hospital, I'm technically like, my back is sound. Like it hurt like a bitch, and it's painful. But I was not gonna, like, the spinal fusion is what's really holding me in place. It's like, it's actually stronger than it was technically before, they say. But I do want to get the screws removed at one point, because
Yeah.
I'm not ever going to win a hula hoop contest, if I have these screws in. So
I don't think you should be doing hula hoop. I got into a really messed up motorcycle accident once. I ride, like, I've been riding for a while, but it's not even when I was riding my bike. I was on the back of a guy's bike, and it was like a normal guy. It wasn't like a Hell's Angel or anything cool like that, like no one fun. And it was like no one was drinking, and we were going completely fine. We were waiting at the stop sign. Some woman ran a stop sign and hit us. Like, I went flying over. Yeah, and it was really scary. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. But I got up, I beat the shit out of the woman with my helmet, because she was in a convertible, and she's like trying to take off. I'm like, where the fuck do you think you're going, you nasty bitch? So then I found her on Facebook. I saw who she was, where she lived, like what town. She has a kid. Like, I stayed on that till I got the insurance settlement. What happened to the guy? Oh, he had 2 broken hands. So it was really interesting, because he was a writer on a TV show on Homeland. So it's like, how do you go to the office the next day to, like, in a writer's room? You can't do it, man. You just can't do it. I don't know how this guy wiped his ass. Seppi wants to know how the shift, doesn't that shift the load onto your other vertebrae? Like when you put the strain on it.
yeah, it does technically.
Yeah.
The doctor warned me about that too, with the fusion, especially like the area of my spine that won't move because it's fused. The area above and below is working overtime like that. There's nothing moving here in the middle. I'm making some weird hand motions, but yeah.
Like,
But yeah, it won't move. That's why I want to get the screws removed. So at some point I will, have to take a mini hiatus again and get them removed and heal up, and then I should come back, with a lot less restrictions.
Yeah, no, that'll be great. And like, that's smart. Do you have kids or anything like that? You got family?
No, I don't got any kids.
Yeah, you're smart. Yeah, because like, I don't get it. It just, to be a dad doing this type of thing, it's got to be like seriously crazy. And then allegedly having broken backs and shit, then like going after asking fans for money and shit like that when you don't even, I don't know, whatever. But anyway, yeah. So moving right along. I know. It just sounds so horrible what I just said, but sometimes I just go off the rails on this and I go into my little rants. Everyone who's been in here for the past few weeks knows the little rants I get on sometimes. I had my one earlier with Interscope Records because the chairman's wife, is a fat, miserable cunt. So anyway, moving right along. What do we have coming up for you? I know there's XPW Wrestling, February 24th at the Hart Ballroom. What else is there?
I'm wrestling Chuck Stein in Detroit.
Cool.
The week before that for the Horror Slam title. And then I got 2 or 3 appearances Mania week. I'm doing the Eat the Turnbuckle Rumble, and then I got 2 other dates that are going to be announced soon that I can't really talk about at the moment. But I'm looking forward to filming stunts during that week too, so there'll probably be some crazy videos coming out too.
And you're signing that week too.
Yeah, I'll be with you guys. What day is that again?
So I'll be live streaming from WrestleCon this year, guys. If you want to subscribe to the YouTube and get the interviews and stuff like that, we are doing it on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah,
that's a Veronica Kane thing. It's a Veronica Kane's thing. I think this person named Steph Anthony is telling you that you sound like a perfect synthesis of tough and sweet. So I think that's a comment for you. Yeah. So Veronica Kane will be signing there because she has this whole company, which is something you might want to think about. She's hardcore. So a lot of people know is that if you listen to Crazy Train podcast, KRZAY, which I'll have you on down the line. I had Veronica Kane on there. So she does a lot of medical work in the backstage at wrestling shows, from XPW to other ones. And, maybe it's something down the line when you have a tournament, you need someone like that there because she could do, well, I do the stitches. She does everything else. That that's really important in helping these people, these wrestlers, do crazy shit for your amusement. Anyway,
every time I see her, I try to go out of my way to thank her because she was really like on me when I was like on the ground and didn't know what the fuck was going on. So yeah, she's a big help. She's a good person to have around, that's for sure.
Thank you, Steph. He said that we both are the perfect synthesis of tough and sweet. Okay. That's the first time I've ever heard that in my life. It's one of the many adjectives that I used to describe me. So it's very important because those nurse kits are super inexpensive, very expensive. And shows like yours, you should have something or someone like that there. When we went to Loco in Texas, there was one person doing that. She wasn't Veronica, but she was trying to do that. Yes. So anyway, thank you so much. And once again, can you give us your socials really quick? Please, pretty please.
My Instagram is JJX Allen ALLIN. My YouTube is POR Wrestling, and my website is porstunts.com.
Got it. Well, then that's excellent. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. I'll see you at the XPW show. And that was my guest for this evening, guys. Doesn't mean the stream's over because, of course, I'm going to talk shit for another 10 minutes. Okay. Good night. Go work out, do whatever, and go try to look like a kangaroo. Yeah, so you're just stuck with me for another 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is. But thank you so much for tuning back in tonight. If there's ever a guest that any of you guys want to see, always feel free to let me know. Look through my content, click, do super likes, do stickers, because that is what donates to things like this, like the sign and like lighting and all this other stuff. Because as you know, I do this because it's fun. So I will be getting giveaways later this week. I wrote down who got what, and I will be sending them out to everyone. Next week, make sure to tune in for Dominique Simone. I know a lot of you guys know who she is, and she has a current book out called A Star is Porn, which is a really clever title and play on words. It is raining here in Southern California. It is like extremely slushy outside. I don't know. This didn't turn into different colors. Oh, thanks. I did that on my own because I got this thing. Okay, just look at this. This is so cool. Look, it could like strobe. I don't know how to shut this thing off now. Now I'm scared. I think it just changes into other colors on its own. I have no idea, but there, it's like a discotheque. Thanks. I don't know. Yeah, Scott, you'll get your. I don't know how to stop this. Shit. There we go. Okay, yeah. Deathmatch wrestling is fun. It's another part of entertainment, another medium of it. Obviously, I'm involved with a deathmatch wrestling company now, XPW Wrestling. And, this is what it is. It's super dangerous. Do not try these things at home because obviously we know what will happen. But next week, join me for a trip back in time into the 90s with Miss Dominique Simone. And, who knows who else they'll have on here. Just stay to my socials, The Real Jasmin St. Clair on Instagram, at Jasmin St. Clair on Twitter. What's this? Love how you had a chance to listen to the new Art of Anarchy. Yes. Yeah, Jeff Scott Soto always kills it on vocals. Everyone knows I like good music for the most part. Maybe it's good music or bad music with some. But stay tuned next week. We'll have a couple more giveaways. I know sometimes I gave away the things a bit too early, but the next week I will have some other cute little giveaways. Make sure everyone you follow me, retweet this, repost it, hashtag off the rails, live stream, my name. We don't have to hashtag Interscope. I know I got to get off that kick, but seriously, it just, when you go outside, be nice to people, especially like when they're on the other end of the phone or if it's like a receptionist at the salon. If your significant other is some big executive, what gives you the right to be a fat fucking cunt, right? Seriously. Did Tucker Carlson? I don't think Tucker Carlson got denied back into the USA. I think he was supposed to meet with Putin. I'm not sure. That's the last thing. And I don't even know if Trump picked his VP pick yet, but I know it's been a very big day in politics. And if you are not doing so already, follow me on Rumble under Jasmin St. Clair. I have a show off of there coming up weekly, streaming live onto there. So yes, does anyone know the answer to that? Did Tucker Carlson really get denied back into the USA? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that's the case, but we will find out. He already did the interview. Okay, but did he get denied? Did he get denied coming back into the USA, Tucker Carlson? I don't know. Okay, so anyway, yes. Good night, Lizzie, if you're still here. Good night, everyone. I'm going to have an artichoke tonight with something else. Dude, they're letting everyone else. If Tucker Carlson got denied back into the States, all he's got to do is just go to Mexico and hop right on over that border and he'll get back in. Like, seriously. Okay. Love you, people. Love my crazies. Love my crazy trainers. Don't forget this Wednesday, another episode drops on Crazy Train with Jasmin St. podcast on Spotify and Apple. And all the other cute interviews are up already on here. Thank you. See you next week. Respect for respect. Thank you very much. That's very cool. That is very cool. Very, very Sonny Bargerish. It's a shame that he died. Oh, that was just a dumb journalist saying that. Of course. And let me guess, did it have a vagina or like multicolored hair? All right. Yes, I try to answer everyone. So this is it, kids. It's been real. It's been awesome. Oh, thank you. And don't forget, subscribe, put super likes, put stickers, put hearts, whatever you want to do. But come back next week for a chat with Dominique Simone. And if you don't know who she is, look her up. Bye.